You know, the word vision is a buzzword that's kicked around a lot these days. Sometimes I wonder, do we in the church really know what vision means, what it's about, how to communicate it, how to get it? Well, that's what the Propel Conference and my assignment is going to be about. I hope to be able to share with you the 12 steps that I have not only learned but experienced and practiced when it comes to casting and communicating a compelling vision. I hope you'll be part of the participants at this coming Propel Conference on May 15th. Hope to see you there.
What destroys most teams, and especially in the church environment, is a lack of trust. A trust culture is the most important aspect of having a good, healthy team, because trust fuels productivity. When you have a culture of trusting one another, then you will attract the trustworthy people. When you trust someone on the team, you can buy into all the gifts and talents and energy and their passions of other members of your team, but it only comes when you trust them. Because if you don't trust them, there is a wall between you and all of that passion and giftedness that God gave them. So that's why trust is integral to having a healthy and productive team.
Hello, I'm Marty Baker from Stevens Creek Church of God in Augusta, Georgia. Patty and I started this church 22 years ago in a borrowed living room with 24 people. Now, through the years, we've learned a lot about church work, but one of the biggest surprise lessons that we've learned is that it takes money to do ministry. Well, how do you raise money for the Lord's work? This past summer, we had 5 barbecues where we invited people over to our house. As a result of those barbecues, over $75,000 came into the church, and we didn't even ask for money. Have you ever wondered what I would say that would inspire people to give? Well, I want you to join us this May for the Leadership Advance. And together, I'm going to share some principles that will help you inspire your church to be a generous church.
Change happens. Transition is an option. We've heard that phrase before, but there's never been a time in which we've lived when it's more serious. The question is, will we as Christian leaders, will we as a church transition? I don't know about you, but I refuse to provide hospice care to a dying church. I will not be a hospice care leader. I will be a courageous leader who attempts to help the people God has called me to lead to see the future and to create it. That's what missional is all about. Having the eyes of Jesus, strategically thinking about how to relate the gospel and reaching people. We must be missional. And that's my topic as we talk about how to create a missional culture at Propel 2010. I hope to see you there.
We serve a God who has commanded us to be strong and courageous. And then he repeats himself, to be strong and very courageous. He's told us to do everything as unto the Lord. He's told us that the joy of the Lord will be our strength. If I were to give one word summary to each of those statements, it would be this: passion. Passion for ministry is like the gasoline for running the heart. We need to study the gap that exists inside of us when we become passionless and find God's solutions, so that the gap between our condition and our calling is bridged not by any human effort, but by the God-given power, passion to really do ministry.